What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the Local Crown podcast, where we're going to teach you how to wage war on your competition and earn your local crown, also known as the top spot on Google. Awesome. So if you had, say you were talking to a podcaster, for example, they're about to start their show, they don't really have an audience, they haven't really been creating content yet, and they were going to sign up for Repurpose. What would be the first things that you would tell them to do to get their show out to as many people as possible and just to get that net out as wide as possible?
Yeah, I would say, okay, let's just say you don't have, you want to start a podcast and you haven't started one yet. My advice would be to start with video. Because when you start with a video interview or a video of you talking, you can get more content out of it. You can turn that video into an audio podcast as well. But even if you're starting with an audio, it all varies depending what topic you're talking about. But if you don't have guests lined up or you don't know anybody in your industry, your space, just go solo for the first couple episodes and get content out and get feedback. And so record it, upload it to your podcasting platform, whatever it is, and then put it out across social media using Repurpose or whatever tool you want to use. But the idea is you want to get it out to different social media, because really at the beginning, especially in the beginning, nobody knows, you're not on anyone's radar or anyone's feed, or anyone's, no one knows where to find you. People are not actively looking on iTunes to find you. They're going to be on social media. That's how they're going to initially discover you. So if your content or clips of your content is not on social media, it's going to be so much harder for anybody who's scrolling their feed to kind of learn more about you and start getting hooked on your content. So if you're posting little clips every day, they're like, all right, this is interesting. Oh, I saw this guy yesterday. Oh, I saw him again today. And you're just like, okay, I like what he's saying. I'm going to keep watching. So you build that attention on the platform where they hang out, whether it's Facebook, Twitter. And if you don't know, it's better to be everywhere.
Absolutely. If you're not everywhere, then how are they supposed to find you? The easier you are to find, the easier it is for your people to give you money.
Yeah, that's really, it's a great marketing, content is a marketing tool. We all love creating content. It's a tool. It's a tool to build exposure, to build awareness for your business.
100%, man. So what is your strategy for going out and finding those collaborations and those interviews and things like that so that you can create those good pieces of content that really establish yourself as that expert?
Yeah, I think, like I said, in the beginning, you probably want to go solo a few times to find guests. It's going to vary depending on your industry. Customers make good, customers or clients, if you're in coaching business, they can make excellent, not only testimonials in a way, but just sharing their story can offer value. Facebook groups, I hang out a lot on Facebook. So Facebook groups in that area, in that niche that I'm in, you can easily just reach out to people and say, hey, I'm looking for an expert in this. Anyone know? People are happy to talk on podcasts and shows, right? So if somebody interviews them, if you recommend somebody or you ask for, hey, I'm looking for a guest or an expert in this area, somebody was most likely to put their hand up or say, oh, hey, I know John. He talked to John. So they'll make introductions very easily. It's just people, every opportunity people get to share their message, they're going to do it. So it doesn't hurt to ask in network, ask in Facebook groups, and then even invite clients or customers on.
100%. I think you're right there, man. Most entrepreneurs recognize that the most valuable thing you can do is collaborate and have other people talk to you. And across the board, it saves time. We all need content. And any question you don't ask is a no is kind of just what I've learned. People love to talk about themselves. And if you don't go ask them, it's definitely a no. But if you ask them to come talk about themselves, unless they really just don't have time, they're probably going to be like, yeah, I'll come tell y'all how awesome I am for 30 minutes.
Yeah. No, people love it. It's funny. Not funny. It makes sense, right? People like to share. It's not even about always promotion, to be honest. Like somebody approached me about just talking about my business. It wasn't recorded or publicly. People just like helping each other, I find. Like, I mean, maybe competitors are not willing to help you directly, but in general, people like to help people. And I know along my journey, people have helped me a lot. I've had conversations with so many people. So whenever people approach me, I'm always willing to kind of return that favor and help somebody else out, whether it's an interview or whether it's just a private chat and just share my experiences. I believe that people are good and people want to help other people, especially because there's a very good chance they got help along the way to get to where they were today. So like you said, if you don't ask, it's a no, but I think a lot of people will say yes.
The majority of people will.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. So let's talk a little bit more about Repurpose. What are some of your favorite things about the platform? Like, what's the best time savers and hacks that you've figured out? Because I'm sure you know some things that not all of us know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in there. That tool, Repurpose started off as a podcasting tool. It did one thing. It took an audio podcast, made it into a video for you, and sent it to YouTube. And that's how it was the first feature we built, and podcasters loved it. They loved the fact that they got a nice looking video with some moving, waveforms. But more importantly, it was automated. It went from, they just had to publish their podcast to whatever platform they're using for their podcasting, Libsyn, Spreaker, whatever. We support all of them. You just upload your content, and then you just do this, do nothing, and then our software can take over and make a video, and you have a video on YouTube. So that is probably one of the most used features of our software, is going from audio to video to YouTube. And now we support almost all the platforms. We can publish to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. So we've got them all covered. The other nice feature, if you're a video creator, I don't know what else to call them. I call them the Gary V videos, where you have a video and you have your subtitles across the bottom in big text that are going across. Those are really powerful types of videos. Because a lot of people watch on mute. And if they're scrolling your feed, they can watch you without turning the volume on. So a lot of people ask, hey, can Repurpose do something like this? So we built that feature about 2-3 years ago. But the nice thing is we took advantage of Facebook's free transcription. So any video you put on your Facebook page, Facebook will transcribe for free. And then you can tell Repurpose to say, hey, I want you to take this video from my Facebook page, burn in the captions nice and big, put a nice headline, and then make a brand new video, whether square or vertical, automatically for me. So we thought that was the fastest way to burn in the captions without the user having to do anything. Because as soon as you put a video on YouTube, on Facebook, the transcriptions are generated for you automatically on a Facebook page. So that's another cool hack. If you upload videos to a Facebook page, you can repurpose them to everywhere else. You can make them look cool with the captions and the headline all in square, vertical format, all automatically with Repurpose without having to even pay for transcriptions.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful too. Like, Repurpose honestly saves me and my time so much time. It's me and my team so much time that it's crazy. Like, as soon as I hit stop recording on this interview right here, this interview is going to get sent over to a Google Drive file by Repurpose. And then I'm just going to be able to go add your name to a Trello board. My team knows they need to go pull your interview out of that Google Drive file, slap the intro and outro on it, and put it on the podcast. And then they're literally going to be able to go into Repurpose, create segments of it, schedule them out from there, and then I have omnipresence in minimal time. So it saves me time and it saves my VA's time and my team time, which ultimately saves me money too. So it's got to be the most valuable tool in my toolbox at this point, man.
Oh man, that's awesome. Holy, I did not expect to hear that. That's awesome, man. I love hearing those things. And like you said, I didn't even talk about it, but we do have a Zoom integration. So when you're doing a Zoom recording, videos can send from Zoom directly to a Dropbox. There's so many ways to use Repurpose. Basically, but the idea is whether you want to start from a Facebook video, a Zoom recording, or just any file you put into a Dropbox folder, you can kick off an automation that does a bunch of things for you. Send it to here, send it there. And then the other thing I really like, which is a big time saver, probably for your team, is the scheduling capability. So you can schedule content so that you can say, this videos, I want it on Monday on Twitter, and then on Tuesday, I want you to put it on Instagram, and on Wednesday, I want you to put it here. So you can schedule everything in one platform using a schedule on Repurpose, and then your whole week is full. It's ready. You have content firing off each week, and you can focus on your business, right? I mean, you can have your VA do that, but scheduling just minimizes mistakes. It's done, it's queued up. Your VA or your team can work on something else. You focus on your business, and your content marketing is covered for the whole week.
100%. I remember before I found Repurpose, I would have to have somebody working pretty much full time on just managing stuff, which would cost me anywhere from $400 to $600 a month, depending on which team member overseas that I was using. And I was able to add Repurpose, and I only need somebody for a few hours a month, really, just to repurpose, schedule, and add intros and outros now. Like, it's easily less than 10 hours a month at this point, I think.
Wow. Oh, man, I love it. I love hearing that. That's powerful. That's powerful.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something. If you have questions, email us at info@thelocalcrown.com. And if you want to get featured in our publication, Inside the Empire, alongside John Lee Dumas, the entrepreneur on fire, Jayson Waller, the CEO of Power Home Solar, Sharon Lechter, Dan Caldwell, the man that started Tap Out, and the limitless man himself, Jim Kwik, for free, then head over to thelocalcrown.com/become a contributor.